So I wanted to ask you something. It might sound odd at first, but I think you're going to feel the purpose of it, and you'll know that this is a powerful opportunity. What I wanted to ask you is, when was the last time you did something just because it's who you are in this moment? Because a lot of times, most of the time, we're running around in our lives and we're always doing things for a reason. I'm getting in my car and driving because I need to get to work. I'm making this video because it's my job. I'm showing up to work because I need money. I'm turning on the TV and watching this movie because I want to detach from my life and tune into something else and relax for a while. So see, we have a reason for everything that we do. But I wanted to let you know that there's this extraordinary power within you. And I know I'm not the first one to mention it to you, but I hope that today, the space that we're sharing, I might be able to shed some light and help you to understand better how you can actually tune in to that actual power. Because we know it exists and we feel it. And we strive to achieve a greater sense of that power in our lives, especially if you're on the awakening path. But one of the jokes that I just think is so ironic, that I've had to learn it time and time again, is that the harder you try to connect to this power, the more you kind of push it away. And the reason for this is actually really simple. It's because this power is all about allowing. It's all about being at ease. This power comes into our lives and works through us when we allow ourselves to be who we are right now in this moment without needing anything to change. But you know as well as I do that in this day and age and society and the way our lives operate, most of the time we're finding something wrong in every moment. There's something wrong with this, there's something wrong with this. I don't want this to be happening in my life. I wish I felt this way right now, right? We're always trying to change the way we feel. We're even trying to control our thoughts now. This is a huge part of the awakening movement. Now people aren't just trying to control their lives. Now they're trying to control their thoughts and emotions too. But the answer, as weird as it might sound, I feel like you're going to resonate and you're going to know that there's a truth in this, that you're here today to tune into and to share with yourself. That this is on purpose. It's not a coincidence we're here. What if the answer to life and the answer to achieving this power isn't to try to control anything or to find more things to control? What if this power, as ironic as it might sound, is all about letting go, releasing the need to be in charge or controlling or changing anything about yourself, including your thoughts, your feelings, not needing to change your outfit, not needing to change the weather, not needing to change the location you live, your job, your relationships? What if there's a power, and there is, that arrives and transforms everything in your life in such an extraordinary way? When you just allow yourself to be who you are right now in this moment, totally at ease. Now, the reason I asked you, when was the last time you did something just because it's who you are in this moment? You can actually tune into this power and begin to feel it for yourself, meaning you can get more used to actually sensing its presence. And the more you can sense this presence, the more you actually get to know the real you better. Because this presence, believe it or not, it actually is the real you. This is not you. Your mind, your body, the story you tell yourself about who you are, it's just a character. It's a character in a show or a game that you're just playing. Who you really are is the being that is playing the character. But here's one of the big issues that we all are kind of experiencing in our lives these days. We have completely lost ourselves in this character's story. So we think this is who we are, and we've completely forgotten that we actually are this being. So we take everything in our lives super seriously and we get upset about everything because we forget it's just a game. Play, have fun, be here now in this moment, fulfill your purpose. It's up to you. But if you think that you have to control your thoughts, your feelings, your outfits, every interaction you have with anybody else. I mean, if you're trying to control so much stuff, the truth is that you're going to be tired, because that's a lot of weight to carry. Don't you agree? I mean, do you ever wonder why you feel so heavy sometimes in your life? It's because you're carrying so much. You're holding yourself to such an extraordinary sense of responsibility to control everything. But what I wanted to let you know and reflect to you today is that who you really are, the actual player, the being, that you may have forgotten, that you may have lost touch with what that presence feels like. You may have lost touch with their intention of logging into this game. That's okay. There's no need to panic. Because the moment you allow your human character to relax and become at ease with everything, that's when the presence that you actually are, the being that you actually are that's playing the game that you may have lost touch with, you will feel them. You will become more and more aware of them. And as your human person becomes aware of that which you actually are, something extraordinary happens. Your human person stops trying to control everything, because it's very clear that who you really are is so extremely powerful that they just so happen to also be the creator of all that is. The creator of this reality and all others. That is who you really are. That is how powerful the true you is. So your human person, the character that is being played, doesn't have to panic and stress so much and carry so much in their lives. They can just relax and enjoy the ride, enjoy the experience of being alive. By being absolutely here in this moment, you allow the energy of your true being, the power that you are, to come into your person, to come into your character, and be here with you in this life. Now, here's one of the things that I've learned for myself. I was seeking a lot of success or relationships or achievements and things like this in my life for a long time. It's funny to tune into this presence that I actually am more and more, and I know you are doing the same thing as me. You are becoming aware of who you are also. Our journeys may look different, our human characters may look different, but you and I are playing the same game, and we both are remembering who we are. So we actually have more in common than we have different. Wouldn't you agree? We're all here, we're all in this together. One of the things I've learned is that this relationship with my source, with my true being, with the creator, with God, with the light of the universe, hey, there's so many words we could call it. My relationship with this presence is the best. I mean, it's just the best. I can see that in all the success and everything I was ever looking for to achieve in my life, what I was really looking for was to know my true self. What I really wanted was a relationship and communication with the universe, with God, with the light, with my source, with my true being. You see what I'm saying? This is what I really was looking for, but I didn't realize it. I had to realize it by failing and succeeding enough times in my life to realize that whether I succeed or fail, I'm still not getting what I'm really looking for. And it's ironic and strange, I know, but I can only tell you from my own personal experience, just as a friend, somebody who's here playing this human character game just like you. I could tell you that when you stop trying to control everything in your life and you actually just be here right now, there's this part of you that wants to do certain things or say certain things, take part in certain things. And they're not doing it for a reason. They're not doing it for some kind of end result. This is the true presence that you are. Because the part of you that does everything for a certain reason, I'm having this conversation with this person because it's how I maintain a relationship. I'm eating this meal because I'm hungry. We come up with everything. We're always solving problems with every action we take. There's a part of you that takes certain actions, not because they're trying to solve a problem, but because it's just who you are right now in this moment. And those actions, those things that we do simply because it's who we are, right? For example, not making YouTube videos because you're trying to grow your own business and become a big YouTuber or whatever your reason for that might be, but because it's just who you are. There's just something about it. In the present moment, you pull out the camera and you speak. because it's just who you are. Now, I'm trying to use myself as an example, but I hope you're relating to different things. Can you admit and agree, at least on a certain level between us? I think you would, right? Like, most people are doing things always for a reason. And that is draining your energy. It's heavy. It is heavy to do that. And when we come up with new goals and stuff, like say you came up with the goal, I want to be a YouTuber too, just like my friend Nathan. I'm Nathan, by the way, if this happens to be your first time meeting me. Hello. If you wanted to do that, you're like, oh, I want to do that too because I want to be able to adventure in the nature and I want to be an entrepreneur and not have to work for somebody else. These are all valuable reasons. I mean, you're right. Those are great things that come with this job. But if you're doing things for a reason, you will not be in alignment with who you really are. You won't have that satisfaction and that fulfillment and that ease and that power move through you. And that power, I mean, it's the best. Everything works so well for you when you allow this power to come through. And when you allow your human character to be aware of it. Don't do things in life because you think it's going to improve your situation or it's what you're supposed to do. Instead, be here now in this moment and feel, hey, right now I want to go swim in that river. Not for any reason, but it's just who I am right now. I don't know. It's like, oh, I could just feel that's where the energy's flowing. See, this is what the path of least resistance actually means. It means to go with the flow of this source energy that's expressing itself through this human character it's playing currently. Go with that flow. Go with the ease, right? Understand, I'm trying to use myself as example to help you. If you try to create your reality based on a rationalization of I want this, 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 and this, and I want my life to be like that, that, and that, that's not the path of least resistance. That's not going with the flow of this incredible power that, again, remember, is the creator of all that is. So when you're in alignment with it, the power of the creator moves through you in every action you take. I'm not making this video because there's something I want to teach you. I'm not making this video because it's my job. I'm not making it because I have to make videos. I literally had nothing to say, and I'm just out here, and that is what the energy wants to do through me. I could feel it. I'm meant to pick up the camera and make a video. I didn't know what this was going to be. I'm witnessing it for the first time just like you guys are. I'm just here. I'm appreciating. I'm enjoying the ride. So what we need to do, in my personal opinion, and this might not be relevant to you right now in this moment in your life, but it might one day. Maybe it was a week ago, and this will gain some clarity for you that you can apply this later on when it becomes relevant for you. We are often, when somebody says something to us, we go inside and we start crafting our response. We start coming up with it. We start pulling from all this information and experience we've learned. We start crafting our response. What's the most wise way to respond? And we spend all this time crafting. But there's this other way to live, where you open your mouth and you let the voice of truth within you speak. And you're not clinging to it. You're not identifying with it. You're not saying, this is my human character speaking. This is my human character taking an action. You are simply the presence of light. You are the presence of the creator, enjoying the show. Because Nathan, he's just a character on stage. Who I am is watching the show and loving it. Love this show. It is a great show. Because when we can do this, all the resistance, all the stress, all this stuff, it really doesn't come at you ever again. It leaves you alone because you're not involving yourself with it. You're not identifying or attaching to it. I know a lot of really wise, really awake people. And that's why I'm saying this, because I know what it's like because I've been there. I just want to share it as clearly as possible. I know a lot of really awake people, but they're still so attached to their character. They really still, you could tell, they still think that this person is them. And they start thinking of things they should be doing with their person rather than just surrendering to this powerful Tao energy of the universe, this giant wave of creation we're all part of, and just being who they are right now in this moment. You don't have to come up with yourself. You are here right now. Do you see that? As humans, we're like trying to invent ourselves, but missing the fact that who we really are is right here, right now in this moment. So just be who you are. Stand up right now. Let's end this video and stand up and tune into the present moment. You could do this with me. Maybe this is an exercise that can help you someday in your life. You can always come back to this if you'd like to. I hope this helps. we just tune into this moment right now and let go of the story you tell yourself about who you are. Let go of everything you've experienced today and yesterday and all the days that came before. Drop your part of yourself that's thinking about tomorrow or what you're going to do after this. Just be totally here right now. And imagine if you didn't have a job, if there was no need for money, if there was no one depending on you, if you weren't trying to prove something to yourself or anyone else, if you really just existed right now in this moment, and there was nothing that needed to be done, what would you do? Notice this presence. What would you do right now in this moment if there was nothing that needed to be done, there was no one you needed to be, nothing that needed to be accomplished, but it's just who you are right now in this moment? This is what it means to be a conscious creator. Conscious creating doesn't mean being totally lost in your human story and beliefs and ideas and trying to come up with things and tap into the power of the universe to create your reality. You're too involved with your human self. And I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm just trying to be as real as possible to help you to break through. You're too involved with this human story. You still are stuck in thinking this is you. It's not. This is literally just a body. That's it. It's an avatar suit that you get to embody and create in this reality from. But your human ego thinks that this is who you are, and they think it's their responsibility to create your reality. But they're wrong. It's your responsibility. Who you really are, this presence, this powerful being that is the actual you, is in charge, is that creator. So what I'm asking you to just do, test for yourself scientifically. Figure it out for yourself. Test it and see if it works. Let go of the need to be somebody. Stop trying to create yourself and allow yourself to basically just exist purely in this moment. You don't need a story. You don't need beliefs. You don't need to prove anything to yourself or anyone else. You're just here. You just exist because that's just the truth about it. You're here. Be in that presence and watch what happens to your life. Watch how extraordinary everything gets. Because the joke is that who you really are is the one creating your life. But you're so stuck in this human story that you resist 90% of the things that happen, and you say that they shouldn't be happening. The only reason you're saying that, or the only reason you're saying something else should be happening right now than this moment, is because you don't know who you are. You're stuck in this character, this false kind of delusional self that finds its existence so important. But the truth is that one day, this human person will die. They will fade into the nothingness, return to the earth, whatever, however you want to look at it. But who you really are, the conscious presence that is the real you, is eternal and will always be here right now in this moment. So if your human character could take just a single second to also be present in this moment, which is where the true you is. The true you is in the present moment. So if your human self could get present, they would see that instantly. It wouldn't be something you have to look for or try to figure out where to find it. It just becomes very obvious. It's so obvious. It's like, oh my God, I can't believe how much suffering I've created in my life for no reason at all. And the best part about this is now you are free. You are actually free from what actually is causing so many people to suffer. You may think stuff with your job, relationships, finances are what cause you suffering. It's not. All the source of your suffering is not knowing who you really are and thinking you are something else, the story you're telling. So I hope that this helps in some way. I know a lot, a lot of stuff. But anyways, well, much love to you guys. You got Vibes and Frequencies services, classes, upcoming live events posted in the description of this video if you want to check them out. And I do 3 videos a week, so hope to catch you at the next one. Much love. Thanks, and see you soon.